and welcome to my channel, Dare to Nerd, where today I am reacting to episode 7 of the Rings of Power. This episode is titled The Eye. We all know what imagery that provokes when talking about Lord of the Rings. So I do have a confession to make. I have already seen this episode. I made a whole reaction video to it the day it came out, and then when I went to edit, none of my voice was recorded. None of the sound was there. I don't know what happened. I had checked the mic before I started recording, but apparently recording software that I used didn't recognize the mic at the time, so I'm having to redo this. That's also why this video is coming out a little bit later than I would have liked. So unfortunately, nothing that happens in here is going to be a big surprise to me because I've already seen it, but I will be discussing major points in my reaction when I saw certain scenes or heard certain lines. I am also thinking about doing a review and critique video after the season is over. I know I haven't done a whole lot of critiques of the series, and that's largely because when I go in to watch a movie or a TV show, I'm going in to be entertained and to have fun, not to necessarily look for things to critique. But there are some things that I've noticed in this series. You know, the show is not perfect, and I wasn't expecting it to be. So if you have any questions for me, like what I thought of certain scenes or certain characters or how they went about telling this story, leave it in the comment and I'll see it. And I'll answer those questions in that video. So one last thing I'll mention before we begin is this creepy character that is tracking down the Meteor Man and Nori. I'm going to be using probably she, her pronouns, referring to them from now on, because after watching this episode the first time, I actually went and looked up the actor that played them, and it's all actresses that play those three characters. So I'm assuming that main one is a woman, I think. Listen, I'm not the only one that got confused, alright? All of us saw this character in the promo before the season even started, and we all thought, that's a man! But a few of us, including a few other people that do reactions, got to this scene, and we were like, hold up. I really had to second guess myself, too. Seeing that, I was thinking like, okay, they're leaning over, maybe it's just the way the fabric is falling with the metallic details and everything. Nah, they boobs. Listen, I hate that my eyes went there. Think of my character what you will, but I'm so relieved that I'm not the only one that had that thought. Alright, that's all I wanted to say before beginning, so let's commence! Episode 7! Of the Rings of Power. I will also say I am buying into the theory that Halbrand is Sauron a little bit more, particularly when Adar said, "Who are you?" and Halbrand like stopped and didn't say anything. Why would they show us that unless they were trying to hint at something, right? They're trying very hard to hint that he is Sauron, and I don't know if it's a red herring, and they're trying to taking the suspicion off of another character, like the Meteor Man. I could also see him potentially being Sauron, but I am definitely leaning more into the Halbrand theory now. That is a cool shot with the red, it's the eye opening just caked in ash. But once again, how did she survive that? Yes, elves live a long time. They're not invincible and unkillable. Oh, poor horse. Wow. That was an amazing slow motion shot too. with the wind and the smoke coming down across the ground. It is very cool looking.
Come here. Are you hurt?
Amazing. Once again, how? Yeah, y'all shouldn't even be able to talk that easily with all that smoke. Ooh, stop, drop, and roll, man. Roll. Put yourself out. Alright, the queen's actually helping here. The sudden transition from hell and devastation to happy singing and green lands is just so sudden. It just threw me so bad the first time I saw that. I was like, oh my god, I got whiplash. What happened? Yeah. Yeah, all the boulders flew all the way out there. That eruption reminded me a lot of Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii. And there are writings from, I think, both Pliny the Elder and Pliny the Younger. I think. It was one of the Plinys that they were a distance away when the eruption happened, but they could still see the plume of smoke. An eruption that massive is seen from a great distance away, and the effects are felt for a great distance too. So I'm surprised other peoples of Middle Earth, humans, dwarves, elves, other communities outside Mordor didn't notice that.
What's he muttering?
Likely little words, so the tree will understand.
So the trees don't talk.
Some do.
Mm-hmm. See, sometimes it sounds like he's speaking Kenya, and then sometimes it sounds like he's speaking in like dark speech. And I can't necessarily tell which one it is. Just trying. Oh. He tries so hard to be helpful and be good, and he keeps accidentally messing up. The poor guy.
We do not dig in earth that cannot support it, delving into depths beyond the darkness, tempting shadow, rock, and mine.
Tempting shadow, huh?
I will not risk dwarven lives to help the elves cheat death.
Cheat death?
The problem is it's a worse fate than death. They're not just dying.
Lice-bearded, uncaring old fool!
She's pissed!
Not thinking of letting this happen!
Oh my god. Don't piss her off.
Perhaps we could force your father's hand.
Yeah, but he's also the
He's
king.
more than just my father, Disa.
Yeah, that's the king.
No, I detest it when you heap slag on my mother.
Well, in your mother's case, she actually does have lice in her.
We do not say goodbye.
He's crying. Aww. I hate to see him cry. I do love the dwarf characters a lot, because even though they're always like real gruff and tough on the outside, you know on the inside they're a bunch of teddy bears. Just being next to it healed it completely. Completely cast out the illness.
Now run!
Get back here! Get your ass back here!
So we take it back and drive them off.
We have neither position nor reinforcement.
Yeah.
These lands are dead. We must rally to the living.
or put steel down their throats.
Yeah, I don't know why you reach for her sword like that. Honestly, it's not just the fire and the explosion that should have killed all of them. It's breathing in this air, too. Because breathing in ash, that could kill you, too. Active volcanoes also have other toxic fumes that they spew out. So they should not be able to breathe in that. Or they should be experiencing some serious health problems for like a hot second.
It darkens the heart to call dark deeds good. It gives place for evil to thrive inside us. Every war is fought both without and within.
This is an interesting dynamic, because Galadriel is fighting this darkness inside her, and she can recognize it in him, and she's trying to redirect because she knows what that's like. Ooh. See, I didn't even notice the first time I watched this, the branch just barely not hitting her.
You'll find the big folk settlements on the far side. With any luck, the people there can help you find your stars. Because all I can tell you is Harfoot folk haven't seen them since the days our ancestors lived in parts unknown over 1,000 years ago. Wow. And that's a long time to wander. Even for a fella with big legs.
So that book has been passed down through the Harfoots for 1,000 years. They kept it in good shape. I love his facial expressions. He's such a good actor. You can understand every single thought that he has without him saying a word. Little flower. So it wasn't lost on me that the flower only bloomed after he left. So I don't know if that has any real correlation. Maybe the magic just takes a second to get working, but now then again, maybe there is a correlation. I don't know. Oh. Apple for the road. Yes, peace offering. Friends. And even when I watched this the first time, I said, like, I seriously doubt that's the last they're gonna see of each other. They're gonna catch up with each other again real soon.
But now I understand. I'm just a Harfoot.
Nah.
That's all I'll ever be.
Oh. Come on, don't let one scary mishap put out your fire. And you helped a complete stranger out of the goodness of your heart with no benefit to yourself. You're a hero, kid. You done did good. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Sheesh.
Have you ever lost someone close? To them?
My brother, Finrod. And my husband.
When I say that line threw me so bad, the first time I saw this, I lost my shit. I was questioning my sanity, people. I was like, am I freaking crazy? Has Celeborn been dead this whole time? I could have sworn that we met this guy in Lord of the Rings. I even got out my phone and I was Googling. I'm like, he didn't die in the Second Age. Am I nuts? Have I been lied to for 21 years? But no, we did see him in the Fellowship of the Ring. He was this guy. And then I got upset because I'm like, oh hell no. There's taking creative liberties and then there's complete divergence and breaking of the canon. And that would have been it. Except then I realized she said he left and she never saw him again. So he's missing, which means probably in this second season, he's gonna pop up again. She's gonna find him.
We met in a glade of flowers. I was dancing and he saw me there.
You were dancing.
She doesn't seem like the type, does she?
What is it? What do you smell?
Man flesh. An elf flesh. God, that shot too. That is so cool. It looks like Moria. The lighting and the railings and everything. Like, that kind of looked how it did in Lord of the Rings.
We do have our secret names. For use only amongst ourselves. We reveal them only to family. Elrond.
You save it, Durin. For the far side.
They're brothers! My brother from another mother! I think it's so cool that they look like it. The veins look like tree roots and lightning, because that's what formed it. It's just, oh, I love it. So cool.
It's more than we ever imagined.
King Durin, there is a...
He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn. You defied a direct order from your king. Yeah, it's rough. To have it, like, right there. And to see that there is enough to actually save the elves. And to be just so close and have that hope. And then just be denied and thrown out. Oh, that's rough, man.
When your mother bore you, something inside you was ill-formed.
Man, for half a second, I thought he meant figuratively something was ill-formed. I was like, this asshole. Don't say that to your kid.
Elrond is as much a brother to me as if he'd been fired in my own mother's womb.
How dare you! Invoke your mother's memory to defend your decision to betray your own kind! No!
I was about to say, weren't you doing that a minute ago? So yeah, that meant that he had disowned him, essentially. He's no longer the heir to the throne.
We have to save them! Why don't you take a look outside? And then we'll talk.
Mm-hmm. You should have woken her. You let her sleep. Instead of waking her up and showing her this. Yeah, he didn't just heal one tree. He healed the whole grove, baby! Woo! Delicious fresh apples. Once again, was it that his magic just took a minute to work? Or was it when he left? Someone with a shoe, apparently. I love that she fucking left so fast. She done disappeared. She took off. Why are you walking so slow, too? Like, just to be as creepy as possible. Not talking, just pointing.
He went that way.
You tried, but Jesus,
Go
no.
on now.
Oh, no, no. That's when they went, when the creepiness factor went from a solid 8 out of 10 to a 12. Hell no. Reaching for her from behind. Fuck you. No. Creepy. Creepy as hell.
Leave her alone!
You heard her. Off with you now.
Be gone!
I was real impressed the other Harfoots actually stood up for Nori instead of staying hidden. Yeah, she's just gonna put that out like it's nothing. Ugh. Uh-huh. All of their homes, all the food that they gathered. Man, that was such a dick move. You know they were no threat to you. That wasn't being necessary. That was just being an asshole. What a dick. You're a petty bitch. That was some petty shit, actually. That was really... You a petty bitch. I mean, I guess it's a good thing she didn't kill him, because I kind of feel like she could have just snapped her fingers and just crushed him with inverted gravity. That's a pretty horse. I'm wondering if we're gonna have an Aragorn scene where his horse found him, you know, by the river and like laid down next to him so he could get up on him. I'm wondering if we're gonna get something like that with Isildur and his horse.
Theo?
There she is. She's alive. And look at her. Okay, look at her. She has no ash on her. She has no other wounds except for the one that was already there. Her hair hasn't even changed. She is pristine. And so is he. How? How? How y'all survive that? With not a single hair amiss. So at least everyone else looks filthy. Like they should. Covered in ash.
Do not spend your pity on me, elf. Save it. For our enemies. For they do not know what they have begun.
Woo! Lit a fire in her. It's like, these motherfuckers here are gonna pay! Oh, wow, look at that face. He's devastated that it's not over. I'm worried about his loyalty to her now, at this point.
Give us a moment to weep.
Weeping? Is that all you think we have left in us? We're Harfoots.
Alright, give a good rallying speech. You got everyone's attention. Inspirational speech, let's go!
No matter how the path winds, we face it with our hearts even bigger than our feet.
Everyone else is kind of like, eh. I give it a eh.
Nori.
Speech worked for her, and
Where
that's
you
what
going?
counts.
To help my
Go
friend.
help her friend.
You know what's
Yeah!
coming.
Help her buddy.
He deserves at least that.
Going off trail. Now. Alone.
She won't be alone.
Yeah! Frodo's gotta have his Sam! Samwise Gamgee! The brave.
If a trail finder were to go with them, Brandyfoot girl was right to help him. Was right all along.
Boy, she really changed her tune, didn't she? Complete 180.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah! Alright.
Doesn't matter anyway, we're all gonna die.
That's the spirit. Guess who?
Halbrand.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you had died.
Looks like he nearly did. I wonder what caused that, because it looks like a, you know, a slice, right?
This wound needs elvish medicine.
It was very interesting to me that she said this wound needs elven medicine. So is that because it is infected and, as they said, soured? Or is there something else going on? Because why can't it be treated by regular medical means? Is there something special about this wound that you're not telling us? Because remember, when Frodo was stabbed by the Morgul blade, it was gonna turn him into a wraith. It was stealing his soul, basically. And that's why they needed elven medicine. not just because of the physical wound, but because of the dark effects, the dark magical effects it was having on him. But yeah, I don't know if him surviving all of that is like another hint that he's Sauron, because Sauron could have definitely survived all of that without a scratch. But he got wounded. So does that mean that he's not Sauron, or does that mean something else happened to him? Or did he give that wound to himself to throw off suspicion?
That no matter how many crests he hurls to the floor, one day this will be your kingdom. And mine. And together we will rule this mountain and all others before our time is done.
Sounding pretty ambitious there, Disa.
One day, we are going to dig.
Yeah, but will the elves live that long? That's the question.
Seal it up.
Yeah, why, Durin? Why do you need to seal it up? Why does this need to be kept a secret? There it is. The Balrog. So that made me wonder, does the king know that the Balrog is down there?
Hail Adar, Lord of the Southland.
Boy.
Shut the up.
You are such a suck-up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mordor. So I guess Galdrick, he's being such a suck-up because he knows Adar could just decide to get rid of him. Like, why does he need him around? You know? Still, that is annoying. Okay, so like I was saying a few minutes ago, does King Durin know that the Balrog is down there? Is that why he is so adamant about not digging for the Mithril? Is this some knowledge that has been passed down Dwarven king to Dwarven king in Khazad-dûm? But then why wouldn't he tell his son that? If you're risking releasing this evil, not only amongst your people, but just into the world at large, why not say that? I don't know. I don't know if he knows that it's down there or not. Or maybe the knowledge that's been passed down is that some evil darkness, you know, the shadow, he mentioned a shadow, is down there beneath the rocks, you know, and you don't want to touch it. If it's some old superstition, then I could see his son dismissing it, right? Oh, you're just being a silly old man afraid of shadows. But, like, none of that was explored. None of that was said. So I don't know. Maybe he knows the Balrog's down there. And we didn't really learn anything new about this trio of creepiness, except that they are absolutely bad people. But we still don't know why they're tracking the Meteor Man, or if they work for Sauron, if they are a completely separate third-party interest. We have no idea. So as far as the volcanic eruption goes, I am a little disappointed that all of our characters survived, all of our major characters. I mean, there was death. We did see a character die, but they didn't have a huge significance in the story. I do think, and I know people are going to disagree with me, that's okay, that Arondir and Bronwyn's romantic arc and story arc had kind of come to a rounded off finish, and that killing them off would have been the safest bet out of all the characters. And then that could have led to Theo having to struggle with this darkness inside him. I feel like that would have been a more interesting character arc for Theo to go through, rather than everyone just being alive. But it is what it is. I'm assuming then that these characters will have more to offer, not just in the next episode, but in the next season. But that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, please leave a like and a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this episode, and I will see you for the next reaction. Okay, bye!